There's rain shower just kind of right, not quite to the horizon, just a couple of miles to the west of that camera. We have a storm that's developed in the north part of Brown County at this time. We have storms in central Kansas down to the Wichita area that are severe at this time and have hail up to the size of golf balls and probably even a little larger. It's developed close to and just ahead of the dry line feature. The dry line is where you go from humid air comes up from the Gulf, and then the dry desert air that comes in from the southwest, from New Mexico and West Texas, and they kind of bump up against each other. Acts almost like a front, but it's a difference in air mass between high humidity dew points near 60, and we're dew points in the 40s right now. So severe storms are possible in our area until 1 a.m. tonight. I'm not going to say this is some sort of high-end risk or anything like that, but certainly hail the size of quarters and winds to 60 or even 70 miles per hour possible through late tonight. It is not a tornado risk from what I see in northeast Kansas. If you haven't already, please make sure you download the WIBW weather app. We just sent out lots of updates on there as to what sort of severe weather is going on, and we're getting into tornado season. This is not a tornado risk tonight, not from what I see, but it's certainly tornado season. Next Monday and Tuesday, the jet stream will be set up in a proper spot to possibly produce tornadoes around here. So again, that's next Monday and Tuesday, about a week from now. Please make sure you're watching closely. So there's a view from Council Grove right now. There's some smoke from a controlled burn just south of town. Now we'll get into the storm activity. Temperatures are close to 70. It's not as warm as it was earlier today. So the storms have already formed along the dry line. We'll see how long they stay strong. And you can see storms developing again very close to the WIBW transmission tower, which is close to Maple Hills, actually just south of Maple Hills where it's located. And they were watching also storms up here along the Nebraska state line in the northern part of Brown County. So again, that activity is not severe at this point. The stuff around Wichita is. I'm not sure the stuff that's in Wabaunsee County will become severe. And I am watching this stuff over here that's near Salina. It looks impressive. This does from the camera up in Concordia, but the radar looks like it's actually weakening. So let's check out the stronger storms. These are severe down from Wichita to south central Kansas. This first storm has hail up to the size of golf balls at this point. That's a possibility. Wind speeds of 60 miles per hour. We'll check out the hail for a couple of these other storms. Some of them are pretty big. One was up 2 inches a little while ago. So let's break this down here. These are going to be the hail size for the different severe storm warnings. So we've got, let's see, golf balls, and one that's quarter size. So the hail is not up to the that 2 inch mark like it was earlier. These storms are moving northeastward, and as they get farther away from the dry line, the question will be, will they stay strong as they make it in northeast Kansas? Now, it's not that far away from getting into Morris County. It's maybe 70 miles away, I guess, at this point, the stronger storms are. But this activity here in Wabaunsee County has developed really the last couple of minutes. We'll see if it continues to get stronger or not. Let's go ahead and loop that and see what it does. It's gone from nothing a few minutes ago to being a storm. I'm not sure, it's not close to severe at this point, but this one up here near in Brown County, certainly not close to as strong as this one or developing. This activity over here near Salina doesn't look as strong right now to me on the imagery there as it did even a few minutes ago. Check out the cameras on these. And again, that storm that's near the Maple Hill location, that's the one that's close to the WIBW transmission site. And I'll go ahead and bring on the camera here. So this one's going to be right there. That's the WIBW transmission tower near Maple Hill. And you can see we're getting raindrops there on the camera at this point. And then I want to bring up the camera here from Concordia. Let's check out that one now. So this is Concordia, and you can see that cumulonimbus clouds are looking south all the way toward the storm that's in near Salina at this point. So that's kind of a long distance there, but you can see it all the way from that camera. There's a view from Emporia right now. Emporia could have those storms that are to your south, making it your way in the next couple of hours or so. So we don't have any severe storm warnings in northeast Kansas right now, and currently we don't have a watch in northeast Kansas either. There is a watch in central and south central Kansas because of that activity. It's already ongoing, and as the sun goes down, we may see this start to lose some of its intensity. So again, this is not This is not a high-end threat by any means. It's severe storms are developing along the dry line feature. They're in central Kansas and moving our direction. Sometimes when the sun goes down, these lose their energy, and sometimes they remain strong. So we will have to see if these stay strong or if this activity that's near Maple Hill can even continue to develop. We'll check out and see if there's any hail size in this at all. So the activity there near Maple Hill and near Alma, if I loop that, I don't see, there's no hail showing up in that at all. Back down near Wichita, you can see these areas of white and red. Those are hail cores. So again, this activity that's in Maple Hill or near Maple Hill in Wabunsee County is not at that level at this point, and it may not get there. Hopefully it doesn't. So how about lightning? We have any lightning with this activity? Yeah, a little lightning around Eskridge at this point. So over the last couple of minutes, been some lightning strikes with this up to the north, almost to Maple Hill as well. So we are getting some lightning strikes with this. And again, it's not a severe storm at this point. You know, it's not showing any sort of hail, and lightning certainly does not make something into a severe storm. So again, that's the view there of the camera there near Maple Hill at the WIBW transmission site. Let me see if I can make this thing larger there. There we go. So there's the image of that from the WIBW transmission towers, where that's located. I'll drag it back out in the middle of the shot. And again, it's just raining there just west of the tower. You can see it there kind of in the middle of the shot, just not quite to the horizon, but that's a downpour of rain there that's just about 5 miles southwest of Maple Hills, where that's located now. So we are seeing some bursts of heavy rain. These severe storms are still down near Wichita at this point. This activity is very strong, and that storm has a potential of hail the size of golf balls near Sumner, moving northeast toward Greeley. This storm right here has hail the size of quarters near Rochester, Kansas. The wind speed is less than 50 miles per hour, moving northeast, and has golf ball size hail. It also has a considerable tag on it, meaning it's a step above. It's a step above just saying severe. This one right here, right along the Oklahoma state line, has a ping pong ball size hail in Woods County. Well, let's see if there's anything wild going on down south as well. There were some tornado warnings in Texas earlier. I'm going to see if any of that stuff still has tornado warnings with it. I don't see any, nope. Just some severe storm warnings near Lubbock area, down, is that, let's see, southwest of San Angelo. I think that was, remember the Weather Service office down there. All right, anyway, northeast Kansas, again, we have this activity that's in Wabunsee County. This is not severe. I'm not seeing hail developing with this yet. It has some lightning with it. As I put it into motion here, you can see that over the last 15 minutes or so, maybe 20 minutes, it's gone from being no storm at all to having some thunder and lightning. So let's go back in time there, really completely developing after 7:45. So about the last 25 minutes, we've seen that storm develop and become some thunder and lightning that's drifting its way toward Rossville, Silver Lake, and even folks around Topeka could start to see some lightning in the sky to the west shortly with that. The storm to the north that's in the northern part of Brown County, this one was losing some of its intensity. It's getting farther away from the dry line. And then over here near Salina, now we have a severe storm warning with that one. So a severe storm warning now for Saline County. Now let's check out the data on this one. And I'll run the bug and crawl on TV with that one. There it goes. All right, that's on TV now. So they're saying ping pong ball size hail possible with that. And let's just read the text on this dude. All right, so we've got a severe storm warning there for Saline County going until 9:15 p.m. And the specifics on this, we already know it's hail the size of ping pong balls, or half dollars. It's 1.25 inch diameter, 60 mile per hour winds are possible. And Brookville, Glendale, and Salina are the towns in the path there of this severe storm. So again, that's that severe storm, the first one we've had that's really getting to northeast Kansas, still really in central Kansas, just out of what is considered to be the WIBW official viewing area. We'll still cover it, but I'm not going to break on a TV and go continuous coverage for something like that unless it's really high end. So down here we have the severe storm warning in Harvey, Reno, and Sedgwick County. That one has golf ball size hail, and it is moving to the northeast. So we may have to deal with that one in areas like maybe Council Grove or Emporia if it continues and if it stays strong that long. It's going to take some time to get there. The distance on that, let's see, it's It's not particularly close yet to Emporia, for example. We're still about 80 miles away, and the storm's not moving more than about 30, 35 miles per hour. So you're talking 10 o'clock, probably the earliest, before it would get into areas around Emporia. All right, so zoom back out on this, and again, we have a severe storm warning now that's for Saline County going until 9:15. I'm going to get up here to the computer model and show you what this stuff does after the sun goes down. So there's the watch. Again, it goes till 1 o'clock in the morning for those areas just west of Wichita. It doesn't actually get up to where the warning is there in Saline County, and that's not terribly unusual. Many times the watches will say that the risk is in and around the watch. So there's 8 p.m. on Supercast. That's right now. We'll roll it forward here to 10, and you can see it's got that storm getting into Lyon County. It's showing that, that specific supercell getting into western Lyon County at that time. We'll see if it plays out exactly that way. It could. So Lyon County, most likely seeing a storm getting in about 2 hours from now. By the time we get to 2 a.m., most of this is fizzled out, but you know, the computer model is giving us an idea of where the storms will be. It's not going to be exact, but it gives a pretty good idea of where the activity would be. So that's 2 o'clock in the morning. Certainly this is all gone by then. I'm going to back up and show you the radar here, and then we'll break off of this stream here on WIBW.com, as we don't have any sort of a wild severe weather in northeast Kansas right now, of course, but just kind of give you an update of what's going on here. And again, there's no tornado risk tonight. You don't have to worry about taking shelter or anything like that. Just if you see storm outside, you know, obviously stay inside and be alert that we're going to have at least some storms in the area and probably have some activity that could have a warning or two. All right, there's the camera from Maple Hill. This just absolutely took off on me there. All right, I want to show you the view to the west there. You see the rain coming down on the camera there, so that was fun. It just took off spinning on me. So there is the map of the current dew points right now. So we have the higher dew points in the 50s. That's where we're seeing storms developing. The farther west you go, where the dew points drop off the upper 40s and low 50s, that's the dry line feature itself, and that's setting off some of this activity. So we have a risk of seeing at least some severe weather over the next couple of hours. I don't expect to see anything worse. Worst case would be a golf ball size hailstone or a wind gust of 70. There is no tornado risk up here from what I see at all. There's a view from the Cyrus Hotel in downtown Topeka, and you can see the rain clouds off to the east or the west there, making for a pretty sunset at this time. There's a view from Council Grove, and I'm going to get you around here. I want to show you the view also from Concordia. So I'm going to jump through these graphics quickly here so I can get to a graphic that'll let me do it. Come on, there we go. There's the winds. All right, here we go. So here's what we have on the Capital Federal Live Storm Tracker. From Concordia, looking to the south, you can see that supercell that is in Saline County. So I'm going to bring that up here on the views. Where are you? Here we go. Kind of changed some of the settings here on our system, so I'm trying to do some new stuff for you that'll make sense when we have storms going on later. But for tonight, what you're looking at there is the view from Concordia. Let's pan that thing over to the right here so you can see it better. And you can see that supercell storm there looking straight south. That's the storm that's over near Salina at this time, and you can see it all the way from Concordia again, which is not particularly close, but that's how well you can see that storm from that distance. So near Salina, you have that storm with a potential of hail up to the size of a $50, and that's a severe storm again right over Salina. We can see it all the way from folks that are up there in Concordia. You can see it all the way down there. All right, so updates coming from the Weather Service. They're still saying that storm has the potential to produce hail up to the size of a $50. Still seeing this storms that are developing there in Wabaunsee County drifting eastward. So most likely we're going to see some thunder and lightning getting into Topeka within the next half hour, maybe 45 minutes or so. And again, this is not a severe storm at this point. It is quite a distance from the dry line, well to the east of it at this point. You can see the latest data sweep of a radar coming in there. And we'll see if there's lightning showing up. I don't see a lot of lightning in this. It does have lightning in it. So in Topeka, Rossville, Dover, Auburn, Silver Lake, that's going to drift to the east-northeast but in the capital city, we certainly could see rain by 10 o'clock. That's a possibility. So there's a lightning starting to fill in there. You can see some of that data. Around Eskridge, quite a bit of lightning for that. Probably hearing around Harveyville as well. And Maple Hill certainly seeing some lightning and thunder. All right, so down to the south, we have the severe storm warnings that are closer to Wichita. We have a severe storm warning right there for Saline County, making its way eastward slowly, and it'll make its way into parts of Dickinson County and possibly Clay County over the next 45 minutes as well. All right, so that's kind of an update. Again, we do not have a severe storm watch at this point for Northeast Kansas. We don't have any severe storm warnings in Northeast Kansas at this time, but we do have scattered storms, and we do have the chance of seeing at least some severe weather during the evening hours. We also have our live show coming up at 8:30 p.m. on WIBW.com, the live stream. If you don't see me before that, I will definitely see you on 13 News at 10.